Hey everyone. In the tech world, personal projects are, well, they're everything, right? They're where we play, where we innovate, and sometimes where we create something truly special. Today, we're diving into a project that just nails that spirit, the Bkappi blog. And that brings up a really big question, something I think a lot of us think about. How do you take all that stuff you learned on the job, the hard-won lessons, the tricky problems you've solved, and turn it into something that can actually help other people out? Well, we're about to look at a fantastic answer to that question. We're going to explore a project that does exactly this, taking one developer's experience and building it into a resource for the entire community.
All right, section 1. So what is this project really? At its heart, what are we looking at?
The best way to think about it is like a developer's digital notebook that's been thrown wide open for anyone to read. It's a personal project built by one person for one simple reason: to share practical, hands-on knowledge with other developers.
And that's really the key. I mean, we've all been there, right? You're stuck on some problem, drowning in forums and super dense documentation. This whole project was basically born out of that frustration, with the goal of creating articles that just work. Clear, useful content for any dev out there. So, now that we know the what, it's time to get to the who. Who's the person behind this digital notebook?
The creator and writer is Bruno Kappi. And yeah, it's a solo project, which honestly makes the range of topics he covers even more impressive.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Bruno isn't just tinkering around. He's a professional systems analyst and full-stack developer. He's got deep skills in stuff like Node.js and React. But look at his background: degrees in electronics, systems analysis, and management processes. That mix of hardware, software, and process is kind of the secret sauce behind the blog's incredible content. And here's a little fun fact for you. The name, Bkappi, it's a clever bit of wordplay. It's the B from Bruno plus his last name, Kappi. The really cool part, though, is that in Portuguese, it sounds a lot like the word backup. How perfect is that for a site that's all about storing and sharing valuable knowledge?
Okay, so what kind of knowledge are we actually talking about here? Let's get into the good stuff and take a look inside the content library itself.
This chart just lays it all out for us, doesn't it? You can see the blog's main pillars right away. Web development is the clear leader with 11 posts, but it's followed closely by some heavy hitters: software architecture and security. This gives you a fantastic roadmap of what to expect. And if we drill down into that biggest chunk, web dev, you find articles on real-world problems. We're talking a full-on guide to the MERN stack, a head-to-head on Node.js versus .NET, and deep dives into those tricky JavaScript concepts that trip everyone up. It's all about utility.
But it's not just about writing lines of code. The blog goes deeper into how you build systems that last. You'll find articles on huge architectural decisions, like choosing between SOAP and REST, explaining what middleware actually is and how to scale your systems. And then on the security side, it tackles the really foundational stuff like cryptography and authentication.
And this is so important because let's face it, being a great developer is about way more than just code. It's about the process. And that's why you see these topics here. Articles on agile methods like Scrum and Kanban, on how to actually gather requirements, and even personal productivity tools like the Pomodoro technique.
I mean, here's a perfect example of that technical depth. This isn't just a quick mention. We're talking about comprehensive guides into complex frameworks like MERN, giving developers a really solid place to start from.
And then, bam, you can pivot to something totally different but just as crucial. This is what shows the blog's incredible range. You can go from a deep dive on a software stack 1 minute to practical human advice on how to get your work done the next. It's really the whole package for a developer.
Okay, so let's start to pull all these pieces together. We've got the author, the content, the platform. So what's the ultimate goal here? What's the mission that's driving this whole project? And you know what? It all boils down to this one simple but really powerful statement from Bruno himself. The goal isn't fame or fortune. It's simply to publish articles that may be useful for any developer. That's it. It's an act of giving back to the community.
So when you look at the whole picture, the Bkappi project is more than just a blog. It's a fantastic example of the power of sharing what you know. It perfectly answers that question we started with, showing how one person's experience can become a resource that helps countless others on their own journeys.
And that leaves me with one final thought. For you. Every single one of us has a unique set of skills and experiences that nobody else has. So the real question is, what's your Bkappi project? What could you build to share your own unique knowledge with the world?